Party like a mother. That's the tagline for the new movie, Bad Moms.
Mila Kunis stars as a working mom with a seemingly perfect life, but she stresses of juggling it all, having finally pushed her to the breaking point. So check this out.
A really long day. I've been bruised and burned. I screwed up my daughter's first day at soccer, and I hand searched my son's poo for a pen cap. And 3 hours ago, I may or may not have committed a felony hit and run. I quit.
So there.
Momhood is such a rich area for comedy, right? I mean, just the idea of being a mom, because as a mom, you're expected to do the perfect thing and anything and everything at all times.
Yeah.
This movie just sort of turns that all upside down.
Yeah, I think so many times you see moms in films and they're put up like on a pedestal and they're like always perfect and they're great, or they're like overly exhausted and life is awful. And I think this kind of pokes fun and puts it in a state of reality.
Does this come from any of it from your own experiences, your own life as a mom? Did you pull from that?
Yeah, so much of it. I mean, this is the only movie that I've done in between baby 1 and baby 2. So I've changed my work schedule a little bit.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that when I got pregnant with Wyatt, I put so much pressure on myself to figure out how am I going to balance work and life. And I realized it's impossible. And I think that it literally ate me alive. No one put the pressure on me. I just did it fully to myself. And I think that this character is the same way. And so I related to that.
Just being a mom changed how you look for projects and material?
Completely, yeah.
How so?
I mean, we talked about it for a minute.
Yeah.
You know, well, because when you do a film, you work average 15 to 17-hour days. That's my baby's entire day that I'm missing. From before wake up to after bedtime.
How do you negotiate that?
You don't. And so, like, it's one of those things.
Well, you stalk them on Nest cameras and
that's
stuff
what
like
we
that.
do.
That's what you and I do.
I totally, every morning, I'm like, hi, baby. And she's like running around in the living room. You got to pick a project that's worth it.
How do you feel about baby number 2 on the way? Is it overwhelming?
So far, I feel great.
You look great.
You do.
The baby's still protected in my belly, so the baby's not out and about doing things. So right now, I'm like, it's great. It's really easy.
How's Ashton taking to it?
Great. I mean, right now, literally, there's no baby. It's just inside. So I'll talk to you in a couple months when we're sleep deprived again.
Fatherhood's one of those things where when we have 3 kids now, and we get that question all the time to Siri and I. They'll say to me, "Are you changing diapers?" I'm like, "Of course I'm changing diapers."
And is he? He does.
My husband?
Yes. Yeah.
He's an incredible father. There's not even a question. Like some men, and it's okay, it takes them a little bit of time to kind of adapt to having a baby and feel comfortable. Wyatt came out, and 2 seconds later, he had it down. He was swaddling and changing diapers. He's incredible.
Let's go back to the cast of this movie for a second, because Kristen Bell's so funny in it, and Catherine Hahn. You probably, I know when you read the script, you liked all the roles. How did you end up playing Amy?
Well, first of all, I read the script months and months and months ago. A girlfriend of mine gave it to me. We both had kids at the same time, and she's like, I came across the script just for fun. Read this, you'll relate to it and have a good laugh. I read it, and I was like, oh my, and it had a completely different cast. And I read it, and I was like, oh, I hope this movie gets made. It's so great. 8 months later, they're like, do you want to be in it? And I was like, wait, what? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And I met with John and Scott, who wrote it, who are the same writers as The Hangover.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, they're men. Like, I didn't even put 2 and 2 together.
What a posse, this group of women.
Yeah.
Or did you guys end up friends after? Or
All have kids. You all have kids too.
We all have kids, and everyone whose kids weren't in school, the kids were on set.
Mila, you're adorable. Don't you love her?
Thank you.
I just heard you on Howard Stern, and I couldn't stop listening. Did you hear it?
I haven't.
I mean, I was great, Carson.
You're always great on her.
Awesome. All right.
He's great. He's really, really nice.
And what I love about you is you don't care. You just say it. You're not
so much
guarded.
easier
You
that
don't
way.
care. Yeah.
Well, you've been around for a minute too, doing TV and doing interviews, and you understand what the demand is on a celebrity. And you found like just through motherhood too, baby. You've just sort of found that perfect balance, and that's always a struggle.
I hope so. I really do. It makes life much easier, and it makes it all less stressful.
Good for you.
Mila, thank you so much. Good luck with the movie.
Really funny. Congrats.
Thank you.
It's called Bad Moms. Hits theaters next Friday, July the 29th.
All right. Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.